Hello everybody, this is Make It Better, and today we're doing What Deku Has Nightmares Part 17, I believe, I'm not sure. But anyway, let's get straight into the story. Now, when Araka was leaving, she went towards an empty room. And Zuko, wanting to help as best he can, tried to go to the room and found her there. He kind of walked slowly but quietly towards her as he placed his hand on her shoulder. She kind of get a little scared by the touch, but when she saw Zuko, she tried to put up a brave face and say, "Oh, hi, Zuko." But she quickly moves. She kind of slowly looks away to let some more tears go down. Zuko asks her if she's okay, and she tried to put up a brave face again, but Zuko said, "Hey, you don't need to put a front for me." As he looks straight into her eyes, Araka kind of starts tearing up and, well, just sitting there and just tearing up, not crying, but sobbing. Since she tried her best, but it wasn't good enough. And Zuko said, wow, even more graphic, said, "You are good enough. Whatever your plan that you did against Bakugo, it was perfect. I couldn't have thought of anything better." As Araka looks over to him and asks, "Really? You couldn't think of anything else that I could have done better?" And Zuko said, "Yes. Look," as he pulled out his notebook and flipped to the page that he made the plan. She sees the plan word for word, and Zuko explaining that with all the knowledge he has for you, I wasn't able to think of anything other than this. And the one plan that you did during the fight was the exact same one. Some small details, but other than that, it was basically the same. I couldn't. So whatever you're thinking of now, just know you did the best you can do." As Araka feels a lot better by this, but she gets a phone call from her parents, and she wants to answer this, but she kind of feels embarrassed to answer it in front of Zuko. And Zuko said, "I see it's your parents. I can leave if you want." And she said, "Yeah, I think that would be best." So Zuko does leave. Now, as Zuko's leaving, she's finally opening up to her parents about the match and all that. Moving on to Zuko, his match is called. Zuko gets ready and was going to get over to the stadium. Todoroki's already there and all stone-faced, but Zuko, when he was getting right to the hallway that was the entrance, he got stopped by Endeavor. And Endeavor was demanding him in a very stern, cold voice, just telling Zuko to not hold back, not to do this, all these instructions, and it's starting to piss Zuko off just a bit more. When Zuko was getting, he just felt good for a while. Now he's getting pissed. And he was about to say something, but Endeavor said, "You better not be a disappointment like my son." And that ticked Zuko off, giving him memories of the other time, coming back, not saying a word to Endeavor. Just kind of flick some black liquid towards Endeavor. And Endeavor was about to swipe it away as it seeped into his skin. And Zuko walks away from that. Now, Endeavor is living through some nightmares in a way that he hates it most. All of his kids are dead, and the ones that he believed would have been strong enough to survive anything turned to a villain, life of villainy, and ruling his name of becoming the number one hero, going down to another road rat in the streets with no quirk. And that is his life in that nightmare. As he gets finally out of it, he is not gonna mess with that kid anymore. Whatever quirk that he did to, he needs to get more research with him. He's shaken, but he just got out of there somewhat intact as he gets and leaves. He's not even staying for Todoroki anymore. As Zuko, now getting into the stadium, a little pissed about all of that, is cracking his knuckles and asking Todoroki if he's going to use his other half. As Todoroki's comment back that, "What, did my father tell you to do such a thing? If so, I'm not going to use his half. I'm not going to use his power." Zuko said, "Oh, I see. I get it now. Oh, wow. Such original." And the match starts. Todoroki throws a bunch of ice shards towards Zuko. Zuko smacked them away with one for all, 5%, every single time. And not breaking his bones nor his limbs. And it kept going until Todoroki started to get tired. By this point, Zuko starts to run towards Zuko and Todoroki makes a huge wall of ice, blocking the punch, and the whole thing is pushed back, but gives Todoroki enough time to move out of the way. When Zuko sees that no one was there, he looks over, and he sees Todoroki moving with the ice Oh, that hurt. I'm going up to 10. I hate my limit, but let's do it. But Zuko is fighting against this. Until the point where Todoroki is throwing in one last huge glacier, going and pushing more into it, but Zuko is smacking each and every one of it back until Todoroki can't make any more ice. And he's getting frostbite all over his shoulder, his arm, and his leg. And he's breathing heavily, but he feels the cold breath in his mouth. And Zuko tells him, "Now what? You have all this power, yet you're still telling me to still holding back. What's the point of holding back if you have such great power? Tell me, what's so great about you?" As Todoroki is stunned by what's so great about himself. He tried to say something, but Zuko said, "No. You're just a person. with a quirk. So use your damn quirk. As Zuko start charging up One for All again and start punching in the air from his stance. And it's pushing air blasts towards Todoroki. Todoroki is making a wall on his back where he doesn't fall out of bounds. But he's getting pushed back quite a bit. And Zuko decided to do a new trick. He gathered up whatever he can do on his right hand, the nightmare on his right. And Zuko asked Todoroki, does he know about Well, he says this. Todoroki, do you know about my second quirk? And Todoroki looks at him saying, second quirk? And Zuko said, yes. I'm not sure if you know this, but this, as it's pouring out of Zuko's palm, his right hand, the black liquid going all over his palm, hand, down his arm, and somewhat covering up his entire arm, saying, this gives you nightmare fuel. What would happen if it touches you? As he cracks his knuckles and walks towards Todoroki. As Todoroki doesn't know if he should be frightened or scared. No, he doesn't know what to think. So Zuko asks him if he is willing to go through my trauma next. And Zuko throws a punch, and Todoroki tries to cover it as much as ice, with covering up the blast with ice, but the liquid just barely touched Todoroki's nose. And Todoroki felt it and tried to swipe it away, but it was too late, or it had already seeped into his skin. Todoroki is now seeing what Zuko have gone through. Not what Todoroki. Zuko have found a way to put his memories in there. His own. From the age when he was a baby till he was found in the room. Todoroki saw what he'd gone through. He finally came out of it, breathing heavily, and said, What was, as he grabs his head and said, what was that? He looks up to Zuko, crying. His eyes are full of tears, and said, what was that? As Zuko said, you're not the only one who's gone through bullshit. I'll give you a choice. With a smile on his side, and said, keep fighting or give up now. As Todoroki giving him respect for once, giving respect to one person his entire life, said, I'll fight with my full force. As Todoroki warm up his body, start showing off some flames. As he throw in a huge amount of flames towards Zuko, and it's getting closer and closer. Zuko says, that's it. Here we go. As he throws a punch, and when it collided, the huge influx of temperature from low to high heat made huge explosions, like in cannon, making a huge shock wave throughout the whole stadium, pushing both of them back. Zuko was not knocked out, but Todoroki did. Using up all of his force, all of his muscle power, trying to stay in, was pushed back. After the dust settles, it gets down. Todoroki is out for the count. And shows that Zuko is going on to the next stage. Going over to the next scene, it's Bakugo versus Deku. Everybody else has gone to theirs, and it's gone to the same thing. Now, this is where I'm going to stop it. And thank you for listening. Have a nice day. Bye.